Hello students, we'll start with the hybridization today. And to define with hybridization is defined as intermixing of atomic orbitals. So, intermixing of atomic orbitals belonging to the same atom but having slightly different energies so that a redistribution of energy takes place between them, resulting in the formation of new set of orbitals of equal energies and identical shapes. The new orbitals thus formed are known as hybrid orbitals. A crude analogy to understand hybridization: if we mix one can of white paint with another can of red paint, we get two cans of pink paint which are exactly identical. Pink color is an intermediate of white and red colors and hence can be considered as a hybrid of white and red. We'll see the important conditions for hybridization. Only those orbitals which have approximately equal energies and belong to the same atom or ion can undergo hybridization. Only the orbitals present in the valence shell of the atom are hybridized. Promotion of electron is not an essential condition prior to hybridization. It is not necessary that all the half-filled orbitals must participate in hybridization. Similarly, it is not necessary that only half-filled orbitals should participate in hybridization. Even completely filled orbitals with slightly different energies can also participate. Let's see some salient features of hybridization there. Number of hybrid orbitals produced is always equal to the number of atomic orbitals mixed. Hybridization never takes place in isolated atoms, but it occurs only at the time of bond formation. The bigger lobe of the hybrid orbital always has positive sign, while the smaller lobe on the opposite side has a negative sign. The hybridized orbitals are always equal in energy and shape. The hybrid orbitals formed more stable bonds than pure atomic orbitals. The hybrid orbitals are directed in space in definite directions to have minimum repulsions between them. Hence, the type of hybridization indicates the geometry of the molecule. Let's discuss the types of hybridization. First, we'll discuss sp hybridization there. So when one s and one p orbital belonging to the same main shell of an atom mix together to form two new equivalent orbitals, and the type of hybridization is called sp hybridization. The new orbitals formed are called sp hybrid orbitals, and they are collinear with an angle of 180 degrees as it is shown in this figure. So sp hybridization, it will result in linear shape and with a bond angle of 180 degree respectively. Next, each of the hybrid orbitals formed has 50% s character and 50% p character. The few compounds in which sp hybridization is involved are BeF2, BeH2, and all compounds of carbon containing C triple bond C like acetylene, and we'll discuss the shapes of these molecules later in this chapter. Let's now discuss sp2 hybridization. When 1s and 2p orbitals of the same shell of an atom mix to form three new equivalent orbitals, the type of hybridization is called sp2 hybridization or trigonal hybridization. sp2 hybridization results in trigonal planar structure, and the new orbitals formed are called sp2 hybrid orbitals. Each of the hybrid orbitals has 1/3 s character, that is 33% s character, and 2/3 p character, that is 67% p character there. And all the three hybrid orbitals remain in the same plane, making a bond angle of 120 degrees with one another. Examples: BF3, BH3, and all compounds of carbon containing C double bond C. And we'll discuss the shapes later. sp3 hybridization. It results in tetrahedral geometry when 1s and 3p orbitals belonging to the same shell of an atom mix together to form 4 new equivalent orbitals. The type of hybridization is sp3 type of hybridization, and it results in tetrahedral geometry. The new orbitals are called sp3 tetrahedral orbitals, and they are directed towards the four corners of a regular tetrahedron and make an angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes with one another. And each sp3 hybrid orbital has 25% s character and 75% p character there. Example of sp3 hybridization occurs in methane, ethane, that is all compounds of carbon containing C single bond C. So tetrahedral geometry, sp3 hybridization results in. Next, let us discuss the directional properties of bonds and geometry of molecules. So particular arrangement obtained by bonding a number of atoms in definite directions to the central atom of a molecule is called geometry or shape of the molecule. And the geometry can be explained on the basis of the following: VSEPR theory and hybridization. The shapes of few molecules on the basis of hybridization as well as VSEPR theory are discussed. First, let us discuss the shapes of molecules containing bond pairs only. So we'll discuss shape of beryllium fluoride molecule. On the basis of hybridization, the atomic number of beryllium is 4 and its electronic configuration in ground state is 1s2 2s2. The electronic configuration in the excited state is 1s2 2s1 2px1. 1 2s and 1 2p orbital undergo sp hybridization. You see here, to form two half-filled sp hybrid orbitals that are oriented at a bond angle of 180 degree, and they overlap with half-filled orbitals of two fluorine atoms to give linear shape of BeF2 molecule with a bond angle of 180 degrees. And on the basis of VSEPR theory, in beryllium fluoride, the central atom is Be, which has 2 valence electrons, and it shares these electrons with 2 fluorine atoms, as it is shown in this Lewis structure. Thus, beryllium atom is surrounded by 2 bond pairs only. And according to VSEPR theory, these bond pairs repel each other and go as far apart as possible so that there are no further repulsions. And thus they are placed at a bond angle of 180 degree to each other, giving it a linear shape. Let's discuss the shape of boron trifluoride molecule, that is BF3 molecule. On the basis of hybridization, atomic number of boron is 5 and its electronic configuration ground state is 1s2 2s2 2px1, and its electronic configuration in excited state is 1s2 2s2 2px1 2py1. 1s, 1 2s and 2 2p orbitals undergo sp2 hybridization to form 3 half-filled sp2 hybrid orbitals which are planar and oriented at an angle of 120 degree to each other. These overlap with half-filled orbitals of 3 fluorine atoms to form BF3, which therefore has triangular planar shape. And on the basis of VSEPR theory, in BF3, the central atom is boron, which has 3 valence electrons, and it shares these electrons with 3 fluorine atoms, that is the Lewis structure which is shown here. Thus, Boron is surrounded by 3 bond pairs, which according to VSEPR theory takes a position at a bond angle of 120 degree with respect to each other, giving it triangular planar shape. So this is depicted in the diagram, bond angle 120 degrees, and hybridization is sp2 type of hybridization. Let us discuss the shape of methane molecule on the basis of hybridization. Atomic number of carbon is 6 and its electronic configuration in the ground state is 1s2, 2s2, 2px1 and 2py1. The electronic configuration in the excited state is 1s2, 2s1, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. 1 2s and 3 2p orbitals undergo sp3 hybridization to form 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, which are arranged tetrahedrally at a bond angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes to each other. The 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals will overlap with half-filled 1s orbital of 4 hydrogen atoms, forming CH4 molecule as it is shown in this figure. Thus, CH4 is a tetrahedral molecule with HCH bond angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes. sp3 hybrid orbitals are formed. And on the basis of VSEPR theory, central atom in CH4 is carbon. It has 4 valence electrons which are being shared with 4 hydrogen atoms. Thus, there are 4 bond pairs of electrons present around the central atom as it is shown in the figure. Now, according to VSEPR theory, these 4 electron pairs will repel each other and thus move so far apart that there are no further repulsions, and the only shape possible is tetrahedral shape. Let's discuss the shape of ethane molecule C2H6. In the formation of ethane molecule, each carbon undergoes sp3 hybridization, thus forming 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals directed towards the corners of tetrahedron and inclined to each other at an angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes. One sp3 hybrid orbital of the first atom undergoes overlapping with another sp3 hybrid orbital of the second carbon along the internuclear axis, thus forming a sigma bond between them. And the remaining 3 sp3 hybrid orbitals of each carbon undergo overlapping with the half-filled 1s orbitals of hydrogen atoms as shown along the internuclear axis, forming a sigma bond. And this is how the formation of ethane molecule takes place. They are held together by sigma bond with a bond angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes. And type of hybridization shown is sp3. Then the parameters, carbon-carbon bond length is 154 picometer. Each carbon-hydrogen bond length is 110 picometer. HCH bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes and carbon-carbon bond dissociation energy is 348 kilojoules per mole. Then let's discuss the shape of ethylene molecule, that is C2H4 molecule. So carbon in excited state is, electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s1, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1. So in the formation of ethylene molecule, each carbon atom undergoes sp2 hybridization, thus leaving one 2pz orbital in the original state, that is in the unhybridized state. The 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals of each carbon are planar and are inclined at an angle of 120 degrees. So thus the formation of sp2 hybrid orbitals takes place and they result in trigonal planar structure. So one sp2 hybrid orbital of the first carbon atom overlaps with one sp2 hybrid orbital of the second carbon atom along the internuclear axis, thereby forming one sigma bond between them. And the other two sp2 hybrid orbitals of each carbon atom overlap with half-filled 1s orbital of hydrogen atom, forming sigma bonds. The unhybridized 2p Z orbital of the first carbon undergoes sideways overlapping with the unhybridized s2pz orbital of the second carbon atom, thereby forming a pi bond between the two carbon atoms. And thus, sp2 hybridization is seen with a bond angle of 120 degree in case of ethene molecule. This is the shape of ethene molecule. Then let's discuss the shape of acetylene molecule, that is C2H2 molecule. In the formation of acetylene molecule, each carbon undergoes sp hybridization, leaving two 2p orbitals in the original unhybridized state. The two sp hybrid orbitals of each carbon are linear, that is, they are 180 degrees apart. One sp hybrid of the first carbon overlaps with another sp orbital, hybrid orbital of the second carbon along the internuclear axis, forming sigma bond between them. And the second sp hybrid orbital of each carbon overlaps with a half-filled 1s orbital of hydrogen atom, forming sigma bonds. And the unhybridized 2py orbital of the first carbon undergoes sideways overlapping with the 2py overlap orbital of the second carbon atom, thereby forming a pi bond between the two carbon atoms. Similarly, the unhybridized 2pz orbitals overlap sideways, forming another pi bond between the two carbon atoms. Thus, all the carbon and hydrogen atoms are linear, and there is electron cloud above and below, in the front and at the back of the carbon-carbon axis. The various bond parameters: carbon triple bond, carbon bond length is 120 picometers. Carbon hydrogen bond length is 108 picometer. HCC bond angle is 180 degrees, and carbon-carbon triple bond dissociation energy is 811 kilojoules per mole. Let's discuss the shapes of molecules containing bond pairs as well as lone pairs. Shape of ammonia molecule. Its electronic configuration: 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1. And thus its bond angle, it should give 109 degrees 28 minutes, that is tetrahedral geometry should be shown, but due to the presence of lone pairs on it, instead of showing tetrahedral geometry, it shows trigonal pyramidal structure. And 1, 2s and 3 2p orbitals undergo sp3 hybridization, forming 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, out of which 3 contain 1 electron each and they take part in the bond formation. And the fourth sp3 hybrid orbital contains a lone pair of electrons and hence cannot participate in the bond formation. So this shows trigonal pyramidal structure, and the same applies to the molecules like PCl3, NF3, H3O+. The bond angle, because of the presence of lone pair, instead of showing 109 degrees 28 minutes, the bond angle in ammonia is found to be 107 degrees respectively. This is the diagram, formation of ammonia molecule, and it shows a bond angle of 107 degrees and sp3 hybrid orbitals are formed, giving it the shape trigonal pyramidal. Let's discuss the shape of water molecule. The shape of water molecule can be also explained in the same way as in case of ammonia molecule. Atomic number of oxygen is 8 and its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2px2, 2py1, 2pz1. 1, 2s and 3 2p orbitals undergo sp3 hybridization, forming 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, out of which 2 contain 1 electron each and the other 2 contain a pair of electron, that is lone pair each. As usual, the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals thus formed are directed towards the corners of a tetrahedron, and hence the bond angle between the 2 sp3 hybrid orbitals would be 109 degrees 28 minutes. But experimentally, the bond angle in water is found to be 104.5 degree. The reason for the still lesser bond angle in water than in ammonia is that in this case, there are two lone pairs of electrons present which repel the bond pairs, and the shape of water molecule is V-shape or bent molecule. Look at the diagram, formation of water molecule giving bond angle of 104.5 degrees. The bond angle is reduced from 109 degrees 28 minutes because lone pair repulsions are greater in comparison to lone pair bond pair repulsion in comparison to bond pair repulsion, and thus the shape of water molecule is bent shape. Let's discuss now the hybridization of elements involving d orbitals. So the elements present in the third period contain d orbitals in addition to s and p orbitals. And the important hybridization schemes involving s, p and d orbitals are shown in this. Shape of molecules or ions. If it shows square planar structure, the type of hybridization shown is dsp2 type of hybridization, and the atomic orbitals involved are 1d, 1s and 2p orbitals. Example is NiCN4 2 minus, PtCl4 2 minus, etc. Then if the molecule shows the shape trigonal bipyramidal, the hybridization shown is sp3d. Atomic orbitals involved are 1s, 3p and 1d. Example PF5, PCl5. Shape of molecule square pyramidal. Type of hybridization shown is sp3d2. Atomic orbitals involved are 1s, 3p and 2d respectively orbitals, and the examples which come under this category are Br, F5. Shape of molecule, if it is octahedral, hybridization type shown can be either sp3d2 or d2sp3 type of hybridization. If it shows sp3d2, then s, 1s, 3p and 2d orbitals are involved. Example is SF6, CRF6, 3 minus, etc. And if it shows D2sp3 type of hybridization, 2d orbitals are involved, 1s and 3p orbitals are involved for hybridization there. Example is CONH36 3 plus, and it results in both, whether it shows sp3d2 or d2sp3, it results in octahedral geometry. Formation of PCl5 molecule. It shows sp3d type of hybridization, and the ground state and the excited state outer electronic configurations of phosphorus. It is shown in this diagram. In the ground state, phosphorus shows 3s2 3p3 configuration, and in the excited state it shows 3s1 3p3 3d1, and each Cl ligand that is present, it participates in hybridization, resulting in sp3d type of hybridization, and this results in giving you trigonal bipyramidal structure of PCl5 molecule, and in which this is the structure of PCl5 molecule, trigonal bipyramidal structure, and in which two PCl bonds are axial in nature and they are placed at an angle of 90 degrees, and three PCl bonds are equatorial in nature and they are placed at a bond angle of 120 degrees with one another. So if the question comes, are all PCl bonds in PCl5 molecule same? You will write no. Two PCl bonds are longer and they are axial in nature with a bond angle of 90 degree, and three PCl bonds are equatorial in nature with a bond angle of 120 degree respectively, and it results in giving you trigonal bipyramidal geometry of PCl5 molecule. Then axial bonds are longer in comparison to that of your equatorial bonds. As the axial bonds pairs suffer more repulsive interaction from the equatorial bond pairs, therefore axial bonds are found to be slightly longer and slightly weaker than the equatorial bonds. The question comes, why are axial bonds longer in comparison to that of equatorial bonds there, because they suffer more repulsive interaction from the equatorial bond pairs there, and therefore they are longer in comparison to that of equatorial bonds. Let's now see the formation of SF6. It results in sp3d2 hybridization, giving it an octahedral geometry. So ground state of sulfur is 3s2, 3p4 respectively, and the excited state is 3s1, 3p3, 3d2. And the type of hybridization shown is sp3d2 type of hybridization in case of SF6 molecule, and the geometry that is exhibited by this SF6 molecule is octahedral geometry. Look at some of the shapes with examples. sp type of hybridization, atomic orbitals involved are 1s and 1p. Bond angle is 180 degrees. Shape of the molecule is linear. Example BeCl2, BeH2, C2H2, HgCl2, etc. sp2 type of hybridization, 1s and 2p orbitals with a bond angle of 120 degrees, triangular planar, BF3, BCl3, etc. sp3 hybridization, 1s and 3p orbitals with a bond angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes, tetrahedral geometry. Example CH4, CCl4, NH4 plus, etc. DsP2 type of hybridization results in giving you square planar geometry. Example is NiCN4 2 minus, PtCl4 2 minus, etc. sp3D type of hybridization, trigonal bipyramidal structure PF5, PCl5, etc. sp3D2 or D2sp3 type of hybridization, it results in octahedral geometry. SF6 is the common example, CRF6 3 minus, etc. sp3D3 pentagonal bipyramidal, and IF7 is the example which comes under it. In sp3D2 D2sp3 hybridization, the bond angle is 90 degree. In sp3D3, two bond angles are there, 90 degree and 72 degree respectively, and the example is IF7 showing pentagonal bipyramidal geometry. Now see here the predicting the hybridization of central atom and shapes of simple molecules. If you need to predict the hybridization of the central metal atom, this is how we can calculate the value of X. Hybridization X equals to half number of valence electrons of the central atom plus number of monovalent atoms minus charge on the cation if the given species is a polyatomic cation plus charge on the anion if the given species is a polyatomic anion. That is X equals to half valence electrons plus monovalent atoms minus charge on the cation plus charge on the anion there. And if the value of X comes out to be 2, the type of hybridization shown is sp. If the value of X is 3, the type of hybridization shown is sp2. If the value of X is 4, the type of hybridization shown is sp3. 5 sp3d, 6 sp3d2, 7 sp3d3 respectively. So this is how you can calculate the value of X and you can predict the type of hybridization that can be shown by the molecule. Some examples I have shown you here. Carbon dioxide. We can find out the value of X here. X equals to half. Number of valence electrons is 4. No monovalent atoms, 0. No charge, either it is neither a cation nor an anion, 0, 0. So the value of this comes out to be 2. So type of hybridization shown is sp. And the shape is linear. BF3, X equals to half. 3 valence electrons are there, 3 monovalent atoms are there, 3 plus 3 is 6, divided by 2 is 3, X value 3. So type of hybridization shown is sp2 and planar triangular structure. SiF4 shows sp3 hybridization tetrahedral. PCl5, sp3d type of hybridization trigonal bipyramidal. SF6, sp3d2 octahedral. NH3, sp3 type of hybridization pyramidal. PCl3, sp3 type of hybridization, and it shows pyramidal structure with one lone pair in ammonia as well as PCl3 molecules. And both show pyramidal structure. Many are there, and you can calculate the value of X, and you can predict the type of hybridization, and also you can predict the geometry of the molecule that is asked. Thank you, children, and have a nice day.